Cricket US Open. Cricket US Open.
Well, welcome to Yorker. All information is that you all have been very interested in what we have done so far with the Yorker program. We've done 2 episodes and the feedback is wonderful indeed. Joining us today is the Cricket Operations Manager at Cricket Council USA, the man who will be very busy over the next few months. So we're very happy indeed to have him on the show with us before he gets busy, because the US Open is upon us and then he'll be running around like a chicken without a head. Not that I'm saying he's a chicken by any means. He's a very strong man. I want to welcome Sufyan Kamal. Welcome, Sufyan.
Thank you for having me.
Well, they're very exciting times. I know that you're no stranger to hard work. But we have some very exciting times ahead of us with this US Open, and of course the Yorker will be part of it. A number of players coming in. Just to give us an overview of what you all have in store over the next few weeks and months leading up to that Thanksgiving weekend on November the 24th.
Well, with the stuff that we've already had, just to fill in the blanks, I guess you could say, we've already had our press release, which was a few weeks back at this point. The next few weeks we're pretty much building up towards the tournament, hoping for good weather, of course, since we have had a lot of rain. The India versus West Indies game was just rained out too, so I think that's one of the biggest things that we're hoping for is some good weather. But we're ironing out some of the details that were left, pretty much small details, just finalizing how many fields we're using, how many wickets we're preparing based on how many games we're going to be having, and as of right now we have an estimate of around 4 games a day on each one of the grounds that we're going to be playing.
A lot of work, and of course a number of people within the organization are also working hard. You may want to speak a bit about them. They've been around for quite a number of years and they're all working very hard to make this a success.
Yeah, we have I mean countless number of people that take part in the organizing, the planning, major decisions, stuff like that. Little things behind the scenes. We have Mr. Markatia, which is a childhood friend of Mr. Qureshi, and he works with us tirelessly whenever he's not in a meeting or doing anything with his own business. He's with us at our meetings or on the phone, wherever he is, based on however he can be there for us, he is there. And then above that we have Tisha, which is out of our office. She pretty much takes care of any details, any emails that need to go out, any things that need to be done, things that have deadlines, since we're usually out and about, so we can't get to those sort of things. So we just give her a call, she takes care of it, she sends us a message and lets us know it's done. I have my wife, which she's a big part of planning, since guys aren't that good at planning specific things, so she takes care of all the details like the team packets and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people. If I sat here and listed them, it would take a long time.
Yes, and definitely. But you enjoy your job, and that's very, very important. Mohammed Qureshi, who is speaking about Mark, did have kind words about you and the effort that you've made so far. To bring Cricket Council up to scratch, and that's something that carries a great responsibility when the big man has such faith in you.
Yeah, definitely. Just to give a little bit of background for the people that don't know, I am Mr. Qureshi's son-in-law, so I have big shoes to fill to begin with, and then obviously high expectations that come with it. So I got involved a few years ago when I saw that we had a few people that were doing things that I figured I could probably do them a little bit better. So I decided to get involved, and I think, from my perspective, I think I've done a pretty good job. We've came a long way from where we started. I think the first one that I had started planning would probably be 2013. Let's go with 2013. I got involved that year. That year we had 40 teams. That year I took the backseat a little bit, wanted to see what goes on, how things happen, how things actually pan out the way they were planned and stuff like that. And then the next year I decided to go and put my own twist on it by starting to get certain people involved that would take over certain aspects, so it's not a one-man show and nothing can happen unless I'm there. So basically, I mean, the way we're trying to go is that eventually, hopefully one day, I'll be able to sit there and watch the games, and the tournament will function.
I'll tell you something though, over the last few years I've been here as a journalist covering the tournament, and I'll tell you something. I got to test to what Sofiane is saying, because as the tournament evolved from 2008 to now, you're seeing a progression in terms of the professionalism. It has really improved. I want to say congratulations on that as well, because there were times when things weren't as you would like it. You would have noticed that, and this is why you threw your hat into the ring. And I want to say that at least the hard work, it's paying off. Because now you've taken the tournament and Cricket Council USA into the professional realm, which is what is needed if you are to be successful. I'm sure that this year you're very excited to see what could come out of it.
I'm definitely very excited for this year specifically because we've had a lot of things going our way, especially since last year things didn't go our way. This year we've been working with ICC tirelessly throughout the year for our sanctioning, for our approval, just as we did last year. And then now, basically this year, we've got ESPN on board. We've been working with them for the last few weeks, trying to get all the details ironed out so we can have ESPN3 coverage. And that's going to be, one of the biggest things. All the games that will be played in the stadium, which is a total of 15 matches over the 4 days, will be aired live. As far as the details go right now, obviously the opening ceremony and the closing ceremonies will all be covered. So, I mean, that's a really big step forward for us to definitely reaching out to the United States and the international market.
Wonderful. And we have a tournament here that, as I said before, it is reaching a professional stage. It's going to take cricket forward in the United States. The Cricket Council USA being the parent body of the US Open. The US Open just a marquee tournament for Cricket Council USA. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Sofiane is staying on with me, and I want to switch a bit. I want to speak about Cricket Council USA and the development programs that they have and what they have given to the United States in terms of bringing cricket as a gift. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. You're looking at the Yorker program, a very popular cricket talk show. With me, of course, the operations manager of Cricket Council USA, Sofiane Kamal. Sofiane, Cricket Council USA is not only about the US Open. I know it's your marquee tournament. It is what has pointed eyeballs in your direction, but I know that there's a lot going on behind the scene in terms of the development program and giving back to the society and this region. Give us a bit of details of what you have in store, what you have been doing.
Definitely. Cricket Council USA has been around for many, many years. We've always been there when it came to the grassroots level of cricket. We've concentrated on teaching children how to play cricket. We've gone to many schools. We've gone to counties, reached out to the school boards, trying to go in to teach children how to play cricket. As of right now, we have taken part for 4 consecutive years at the Kids Fitness Festival in Palm Beach, which we've trained about 5,000 kids every year just to learn how to bat, learn how to catch a ball, learn how to throw the ball correctly, learn how to bowl, different styles of bowling, different styles of batting, etc. Those are just a few things. As of right now, we have a camp that runs every Sunday that is completely free to anybody who wants to take part in it. They practice every Saturday and they play a league game every Sunday, and that's it's completely free. We have probably about 25 to 30 kids that show up every Sunday and every Saturday to practice. They were out there today. I was out there earlier checking up on things, seeing how everything's going. Those are a few things that we cover as far as teaching the children. And then as far as the United States go, we do have our U.S. Open tournament here. However, we do also have another tournament, which this year we actually took it over to Chicago. Last year we had it down in South Florida, which was the U.S. National Championship. That in that tournament, what we wanted to do was bring in all the players that are national to the United States. Our basic only requirement for that tournament to take part in it, whether you were a team or a player, was that you had to live in the United States and you had to play league games in the United States on a league level. And we had an amazing turnout with that. Last year we had 8 teams come in, one from each one of our regions, and we had an amazing tournament. The team that ended up winning was New York, if I'm not mistaken, the New York region. This year we took the show on the road and we went over to Chicago and decided to put our national championship up in Chicago. It was an amazing turnout. We had, once again, all the different teams coming from everywhere, and the field in Chicago was amazing. We had a lot of help from our Midwest Cricket Conference, and they're also a part of us. And it was an amazing time because it was a new place, it was a new field, new teams, new faces, new players, and it's an amazing place to go to when you want to see the best that the United States has to offer.
Yes, and definitely that's a lot of work. And
Yes.
Where does funding come for such projects? I mean, you have Cricket Council USA. Obviously, you all would have absorbed tremendous costs over the last 8 years or so, hosting your marquee tournament, which is the US Open. But then outside of that, I'm getting the impression that it's year-round work, and it must be very costly.
There's a lot of costs that come in when it comes to organizing these tournaments. A lot of our people, of course, they're on a volunteer basis, but all the actual costs that come up, we have a few sponsors that are on board with us, and pretty much anything we put out to them, they pick it up and they run with it. The T20 energy drinks, we have T20 Sports, just to name a few off the top of my head. But there's a lot of money that goes into all this, and we definitely want to thank them, and we love to point them out whenever the time is right.
Well, that's wonderful indeed. And on a personal level now, I know you have a little baby now. I'm going to say congratulations.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Yorker. But you seem to spend a lot of time in and around cricket. Where does the passion come from? Tell us on the Yorker program. And this is what the Yorker program is about. It's about bringing cricket officials closer to you. Tell us, what's a typical day for you when you have to deal with cricket? Of course, you get up at 1 a.m.
Yeah, of course. No, I think we need to start a little bit before that. When I was growing up, my father, he played field hockey. He had no interest in cricket. My grandfather, my uncle actually.
Were you born in USA or Pakistan?
Yes, I was born in New York, yes.
Yeah.
My father and his brothers and my grandfather, they organized a hockey league up in New York. They used to play field hockey. My uncle was chosen to represent the United States in the '96 Olympics to play field hockey. So basically I grew up around field hockey and basketball growing up in New York. So basically what ended up happening was I didn't really come in contact with cricket except when I went over to Pakistan for the second time, which was in 2006. I bought my first cricket bat. It was a tape ball bat. And I bought it, I brought it back, and I never found anyone to go get the ball after I hit it. So I stopped playing.
I like that.
Moving on from that, I ended up meeting my wife, and then we ended up getting married, and I found out about my father-in-law and how obsessed he was with cricket. So I pretty much got involved in it, and now I love watching it. On a personal level, I don't play it. I'm not very good at it.
At least you're honest.
I do have a strong arm. I can bowl the ball pretty fast, but it gets tiring and it's kind of hot and full.
Well, I'm getting the impression that you're a huge basketball fan. Are you as foolish as me to think that the LA Lakers is the best team in the world, that has been the best basketball team in the world?
I grew up in New York, so I was always a big fan of the Knicks. And I've seen them play live many, many times. And after that, the only reason why I watched the Lakers, honestly, was Shaquille O'Neal. And then when he transferred to Miami, I happened to move the same year to Miami. So I stayed with him until he left, pretty much.
Well, I know you're a sportsman, you're a sports fan, a great sports fan indeed. I want to thank you for being on the Yorker. I want to wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I want to wish Cricket Council all the best as well. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we have a man from India on the Yorker program today. I'm wondering, Sufyan spoke about field hockey, and there's always this great rivalry between Pakistan and India in hockey. I don't know if Rajesh Sharma ever tried his hand at hockey. I'm definitely sure he has never tried his hand at basketball. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're looking at Yorker on Mac TV, and I just want to urge you to continue looking on at all our programming on Mac TV. Wonderful programming leading up to our tournament, which is the US Open T20 finals, and of course we have 15 games, and my good friend Sufyan has put together the fixtures, 15 matches. He will make sure that everyone who's there, two things, he's going to make sure that there's enough work for everyone there, and also enough cricket for people to watch, including himself, although I promise you, if he gets to see one or two overs, he would have seen plenty. Joining us here is Rajesh Sharma. I would have spoken about Rajesh before. He played in the Indian Premier League, a big name in US Open cricket. He has now settled. He's enjoying his time here, and he did take half an hour to comb his hair. In the West Indies, we will call him Pretty Boy Floyd. But he's here on the program today, Rajesh. He has walked with his interpreter. And that's great integration, isn't it? That's great cooperation. We have a man from India who has worked with an interpreter who has Pakistani roots. And they've been interviewed by West India. Isn't cricket lovely? Cricket normally brings people together.
Yes, it does.
Well, Rajesh, I'm sure you're looking forward to the US Open. But before we go to that, how has been your stay in the United States? In America, yeah.
Yeah, it's my the 10th month going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, too much.
Too much. He says too much.
Because my boss is good, man. So I enjoy it.
So you're enjoying it. And where in India you were born?
I'm in Punjab, Jalandhar.
Jalandhar. I've been there. I've been there covering cricket for the West Indies.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place, and it's pretty cool at times.
Yeah, December, November is too much cold. And in Jalandhar, and Harbhajan Singh also from Jalandhar, Vikram Thora also from Jalandhar, lot of international players from Jalandhar. It's only for sports, Jalandhar.
And the international venue there, is it Mohali?
Yeah, it's Mohali, but sometimes it's Jalandhar also game going on.
International game?
Yeah. Few games going like it, India, West Indies, India, Sri Lanka, like 3-4 games.
Do you miss home?
No, it's like my home here.
Oh, he doesn't miss home because Sufyan has taken good care of you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has. And you enjoyed playing your cricket?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit. Sufyan did speak earlier on about Sunday camp where kids come and you teach them to play.
Yeah.
How has that been coming along?
See, it's one major thing in a Florida league.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people playing cricket. When I see not too much kids. But in our academy, it's like 20 kids coming. They all practice free. If any help, it's Mac help him. Is any school fees, anything, is a bad. Any kids need gloves. If he like 100 score in a match, and boss gives like $100, he play good.
Very good. Yeah. And that's great encouragement, Sufyan.
Yes.
And I know at Cricket Council USA, this is what you want to encourage. You want to encourage the players to come.
Of course. Yeah, Rajesh does an amazing job. He's been there coaching these players for a while now, and if I remember correctly, they took their first win after only 3 weeks of training, and it was an amazing win considering majority of the team is under 15, and they were playing against adults.
It's like 30, 35, and kids like 15. 16, and one girls also play with us team.
That's wonderful. You want to promote women's cricket.
Yeah,
Have you seen the youngsters that play, Sufyan?
What was that again?
Have you witnessed any of the games, or did
Yeah.
you see them at the academy?
Yeah, no, I try to visit the academy every week just to go and see how everything's running, if they need anything, as far as, food, drinks, whatnot. We have kids that range all the way from 8 years old up to 16, 17 years old, and these kids, they drive anywhere between a half an hour to an hour and a half just to get to the ground to come and play. They're coming from deep in Miami, they're coming from up north in West Palm, and they meet up right in the middle, right here in Boca Raton, and they come and they play, and they're out there, give or take, anywhere between 3 or 4 hours on, 90, 100 degree days.
Wow.
And they're out there sweating it out.
You would have seen the quality as well of the youngsters. Do you think that we can have some good quality cricketers coming out of Rajesh's academy?
I definitely see it happening as long as they continue to play. We have a few players actually that have gone on to play tournaments, youth tournaments, out in Atlanta and Chicago. One to speak of, his name is Adam Khan, and he is an amazing bowler. He actually plays on the Sunday League. He's been playing before the academy was established. He's been playing with us since he was about 8 or 9 years old, actually. And he's been taking, if I remember correctly, he was like number 3 in the league for the most wickets at the age of 10 years old.
Wow, that's
He's
wonderful.
very good leg spinner,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
is very good. When we play together, and he every time shouting, good bowling, good bowling. He know how to play cricket.
And you-
Main
fielding.
thing is he learn.
And fielding.
Yeah,
He's,
fielding.
he's
So he's
amazing
easy to
fielder.
work with.
Yes.
In the kids,
Yeah,
Still
Very
easy to work
motivated.
with.
Very
Yeah,
motivated.
They want to play cricket. They want kids want to play cricket.
Right.
It's
Are they
like-
difficult to teach, or are they easy to teach?
It's a under 15 is a little bit tough sometimes
Mhm.
because they know listening.
Yeah.
But they want to play cricket. That's it. They want to bowl hit hard. That's
Well, that's 2020 cricket,
yeah.
eh?
Because here is a baseball too
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
and they like same swing like that.
So how do you correct that?
I will.
You will.
Yeah. When we play together,
Mhm.
they know where is the field, where is the point, where is the cover. Now he slowly they know how to play cricket.
So you think that some of the players there can make it big one day?
Yeah, maybe no, sure. Because if they want to play cricket, like Adam Khan, G. Sean, Abdullah, lot of young kids.
Yeah.
Alina, Adam, is like 2-3 guys. It's very good.
Well, I've met Adam Khan through Mac, and I can tell you that's one to look forward to in the future. So I want to thank Sophia, and I also want to thank Rajesh. A closing comment.
We definitely would like to see everyone tuning into Mac TV, and we do have a few social media pages as well on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow us at Cricket Council on Instagram and at Cricket Council on Twitter also. You can visit our Facebook page. We tend to update them daily, and you'll see all the updates for the US Open. You'll see all the updates for any upcoming tournaments, any camps that are going on, and stuff like that. So definitely tune into the social media and stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. A lot in store coming from Cricket Council USA, and also stay tuned to the Yorker, where you can get all the information. And just before I close, I just like Sophia to give the contact details for Cricket Council USA offices. In the event anyone wants to partner with you all, you should just give the information, the contact information.
Yeah, definitely. You can contact our office. The phone number there is 561. That's the area code, 561-392-4800. You can speak to Tisha, or you can ask for me by name. The name would be Sofian Kamar. And if you have any questions, you can get my email address from that phone number, or you can write it down now. It's Sofian, Sofian, CCUSA@gmail.com. And pretty much any questions can be routed through the office or directly to me.
That's wonderful indeed. Thanks a lot, my friend, for being on the Yorker. Thanks a lot, Rajesh, for being on the Yorker. And I want to thank you for the efforts that you're making in the United States to promote cricket as well. I also like to thank my cameraman, Andre. You would have probably thought that I would have forgotten him. I'm not going to forget you, good guy. On that note, goodbye. And remember again, join us next week for another episode of the Yorker.
Go!